Hello, we are just leaving the Egadi Islands after spending the last week there. It's a small group of islands off the northwest coast of Sicily. Absolute nightmare to get there in the northwest winds, but definitely worth it and quite unexplored.
Yeah, so we spent the past week exploring Favignana and Marettimo. Absolutely gorgeous islands. So come along to see how we discover the Labyrinth, the old quarries, go on hikes and explore a little bit land, sea, and also the bar life.
Yeah, very cool bar.
Okay, so we just moved over from the buoy field over there just to the sort of second row bay where we've dropped anchor. We're gonna go explore. We obviously couldn't go explore at all while we were on the buoys, but there's a really cool quarry over there that we really want to go to. It looks like almost like an abandoned town, so I'm quite excited to see that. And we're also just gonna go explore a little bit the caves over here. So yeah, come join us. That's the entrance over there, and the quarry is just massive. It just goes all the way through, and we're gonna continue exploring. We can actually see light at the other end, so I think they might go all the way through the mountain. I was absolutely mind blown. Look at all the detail, all the cutouts. It's just really impressive. It's amazing. And it's massive. It just goes all the ways, deep inwards, super high. I mean, I've never been in a quarry. It's probably normal, but it's pretty cool. How impressive is that? We just came out on the top, which is the trailer entrance, but we've realized it's actually all fenced off from up here, so we're just running away now, trying to find our way out before we get into trouble. So our remote little Anchorage away from the crowds has changed a little bit in the last hour since we've been back. Check this out. I guess we did find the most turquoise water spot, and apparently it's on the tourist boat route, on the route of the swimming route. Good morning. We just woke up in Blue Marino Cave yesterday after our little quarry expedition. We came back on the boat. It was actually really nice because we came back. It did start filling with all the sort of day boats. It got really busy. Everyone was just anchoring next to each other, and turned out we were just in the sort of main swimming spot for all the tour boats, but that was fine, gave a little bit of entertainment, and then all these sort of floating bars started coming around. They basically have ice creams and also Aperols, Camparis, gin tonics, and yeah, we treated ourselves to a little Aperol spritz. And then in the afternoon we decided to come around from basically Cala Rosso, well, that little bay we were a little bit further west from it. We came around to the east side of the island just because we knew the wind was going to be shifting to northwest, and we came here to Blue Marino, picked up a buoy, and it's actually quite strange around the island, but there's quite a lot of current. So we picked up a buoy, and although it started blowing from the northwest, the boat just wouldn't turn, and the buoy was just constantly banging against the hull. So we were adjusting the lines, we're making them longer. It worked like for a few minutes, and then it just started banging the hull again. We like put the engine on, tried to turn the boat around just to get away from the buoy and see if that would work. And after a few minutes, it would just come back into position. And in the end, what we did is just lifting the buoy all the way up to hang from the bow, and that sort of worked overnight. We actually wanted to go see cave Labyrinth, which is basically, again, just the old quarries, but it's one of the main tourist attractions here, which we actually didn't know, and we're gonna go check them out. Unfortunately, there's just nowhere to leave the dinghy. That's why we didn't go yesterday from the other bay, so we're just gonna swim there. Why are you doing flipper climbing? So we're on our way now to the Labyrinth caves. It's actually an old quarry, I think the biggest on the island. Favignana and Egadi Islands. They used to export building blocks until the cement came into use. So anyways, we're just gonna walk to the Labyrinth now. We just had a little swim from the boat over here. It's actually really amazing how you can see the turquoise waters, like all the island is surrounded by really beautiful sand. Also Posidonia patches, that's why there are a lot of mooring buoys. And you can actually really see the current from here coming off the bow, the stern of the boat. Currently trying to find this labyrinth. We're not very sure where it is. We don't have our phones with us. We didn't really save the coordinates either, but we just saw a little flag marking an entrance. So we're hoping it's here. Across these little, I guess they are man-made pools, but they're really cool. I don't know if they just used to be a quarry or if they actually were built to be pools, but it's really, really epic. And the water's actually quite cool. It's just refreshing all the time through, and it's amazing. We are back on the boat, and I'm just going to get ready to go shelter around the south and just go to that bay we said earlier, just so we can continue exploring. It was really epic, but yeah, the current is amazing. It's crazy. Like, as we got to the boat, we just got like dragged down the side. We just got got to our first anchorage on the southern side of the island, Lido Barone. It's quite busy at the moment, so we're just going to wait until it calms down a little bit, empties out a little bit, and the wind dies down. And then we're going to take the dinghy ashore. We've read online that you can actually drop it off at the dock cafe, so we're going to check that out, possibly have a quick refreshment there, and then walk over to Favignana. It's just a 15 minutes walk, and we actually need to get some groceries, and then we really want to go see the tuna museum. It's one of the sort of main attractions on the island, and it will just give us a little bit of insight into the tuna culture that was here on the island during the 1800s. So it is day 4 on the Egadi Islands. Yesterday we basically just hid from the wind all day. We woke up in the morning in that first anchorage, which is a beautiful, beautiful spot, but unfortunately, although it was quite sheltered from the wind, there was just a really big swell coming through, and the entire night we were just rolling, and in the morning at around 8 o'clock we had enough, and we just moved around to look for more shelter. So still staying on the southern side of the island, but moving a little bit further to the west. We picked up a buoy in the sort of main Maresolo Bay, but again the wake and the waves were just sort of funneling through a little gap and just really hitting us. So after a few hours there of just rolling around and just getting really frustrated, we moved a little bit further west to the little gap called next to Isole Provetto, which is still sort of in the Maresolo Bay. And yeah, overnight it was just 2 boats, but now in the morning, I'll show you just now, but it's just filling up with boats. It's actually really getting busy now. We would love to go to the hike to the castle, which we still haven't done. We're just waiting for this to calm down a little bit more, just to leave the boat here. I think the most challenging thing has been finding places to anchor where there's no Posidonia, because you shouldn't be anchoring on Posidonia, you could get fined. So yeah, if you're not choosing the buoys and you're trying to anchor somewhere, your choices are actually quite limited. Anyhow, we'll see you later for the hike up to the castle. Okay, so we finally made it. We are walking up to the castle. So it's actually just past the tuna factory, and the castle's up there. So hopefully in 40 minutes we should be up there, more or less. Let's go. View from up there, from the entire surroundings. It was built in 1400s and then abandoned after the Second World War. So yeah, we're just gonna check it out. So when it said on the sign it is abandoned, it's proper abandoned. It's actually fully fenced off, but we gotta go explore anyways. And our boat is down there somewhere. It's quite cool. What do you think, honey?
I think we should go upstairs.
head ashore, apparently there's a little sort of bar, restaurant in the mountain. It's a 12-minute walk, and everyone says it's really chill, really nice. It's called Rest, and it's all just very chill out. They apparently just have some wooden benches and wooden tables, no tablecloths, and yeah, we're just gonna check it out. We just thought we can go there for a little sundowner. Bit of dinghy securing mission going on. It's very secure. It's around a rock, onto the tender, and over there's the boat. So we just left Favignana and we're sailing a little bit further west to the island of Marettimo just to spend our last night there. There's a really beautiful Anchorage in the southwest, and we are basically planning on spending the night there and then sailing towards Sardinia tomorrow. So yeah, that's exciting. Discovering new island, new bay, and then ocean crossing. So we've just got to Marettimo, to the southwest Anchorage. It's called Conca, and it's absolutely breathtaking. It's beautiful. We really enjoyed our time here. Unfortunately, we only got to do 2 islands. We didn't actually go to Levanzo, which is the one further north. But yeah, we spent most of our time on Favignana. There's loads of things to do. Like, we did go see all the quarries. They're like pretty worth and explore. A lot of caves. All the anchorages are absolutely stunning. But I mean, we have come in August and it is quite busy. I would have really liked having more time to spend on this island, as the town looks really idyllic. It looks a little bit like a Greece, sort of white houses, blue windows sort of village. And there's also an abandoned prison castle or something like that on the north of the island. But time-wise, there's what's worked out, and also our permit was running out today.
Yes, so you need to get a permit here if you want to anchor in zones B or C. There's 4 zones around the islands, so it's worth checking that out before you arrive, because apparently the fine's quite big. Nobody's come around to check our permit. Usually there's moorings available, so you can pick up the mooring buoys without too much problem, and even anchoring in sand hasn't been too bad. So overall, I think there's a lot of hype about these islands being difficult to sail, but actually they're not too bad. It's just the exposed. Some of the mooring fields are quite exposed, but overall it's been pretty pleasant. Okay, so thoughts on Egadi? What do you think?
I loved it. I would have wished having more time here. Obviously, you do have predominant northwest wind, so we mostly just explored the north side, a bit of the east sides of the islands. I wish we would have had more time. There's lots to do. There's also a lot of quirky little places to go, like that rest bar we went to. Turquoise water, sandy bottom, a lot of Posidonia as well, but obviously that always helps.
Yeah, so I think the Egadi Islands quite hidden and worth a visit. Thank you very much for watching, and we're off to Sardinia now, so the next video will be around the southwestern coast of Sardinia with a trip over to the Labyrinth.
Yeah, stay tuned.